favorites. That's not the most terrible idea I've ever heard. Hey, we got Andy. You see Andy.
Wow.
Andy. And No I'm Not is doing a very important text message right now. All right, he's done. He's locked in. He's putting it on Twitter. I'm on stream. Come watch me play.
Yeah, he's doing that thing where he does like the color balls and then says like 2-0 or 0-2-1.
Yeah.
So he had to put in the final color. He had to do like yellow, green.
I hate when I can't find the color, and then I got to scroll through all the emojis and then find the ball color, and then they don't have a silver or like a gray, so then you have to use white as steel, and steel's not really white.
It's more gray,
right? And we don't have a gray ball, so we gotta do what we got. We gotta do what we gotta do.
If you get old enough, you'll have some.
My brother. We're at a Disney stream.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Quit playing stream, Andy. Thank you. Y'all deserve a cold beer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I might take you up on that after we get out of here.
Yeah, I will not say no. I will not say no.
Yeah, my wife is like, when are you coming home?
Your poor wife. That's what you get for being so cool, bro. And now so we know what Kendall's on. We now see what Andy's on. What are our thoughts? Well, we don't know what version of Amber Steel. We don't know if we're looking at a lower to the ground. Maybe it's a steel fossa. Maybe it's your traditional steel songs. We don't know what we're looking at here.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know if we're playing like a more aggressive build or if we're going straight steel song. If it is steel song, I would think that Kendall might be favored, just because Kendall has so many ways to interact with the hand and discard actions and things like that. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with the matchup. I'm sure if Bennett is still in the chat, he'll be able to tell you. How is Zan versus Bivens? How is it not Zan versus Bivens on stream? You know what? What can I do? I'm sorry. I was always going to disappoint somebody.
Well, yeah, we're trying to give everybody a chance to be on stream as well. We want to make sure that we see people.
We prefer
all
the
people.
People. Yeah, that's what it is.
And Andy made it to top 8. Andy deserves to be seen. Everybody else that's here, everybody else that's made it to top 8 has been on stream, right? I think everybody else has.
Everybody else has, yeah.
The only person that's missing is Andy, and we want to give Andy that shot. So
yeah, let Andy get their time in the light.
For
guys.
Real, dude. Stop being haters, bro.
Haters.
Yeah.
Haters.
For real.
Well, Chuck, if you were here, you could have chosen, but since you're not here, you got to watch. Zach versus Zan would have been a good watch. Kendall is barely a people.
Barely a people. Hardly a person.
Hardly a people.
He's more beard than man, to be fair.
Yep. But Kendall, I respect he wears Crocs. He's a man of style, like 100%. Myself.
So much respect for a man who chooses function over fashion.
For sure. I do all the time. My wife hates it, but I do love me some Crocs. All right.
See, I'm lucky because my wife loves wearing Crocs. She's the one that got me into wearing Crocs.
Lucky.
Yep. And we see the usual brigade of angry characters in green sitting in Kendall's hand right now.
See, we got all the Andy people in the chat. See, don't be such a hater, Wochuk.
Thank you.
All the Andy stands.
Chat, please. Let's give some love to Andy. Please
Rise
let
up.
us know. Rise up. Let us know.
Andy lovers, Randa. Is this Andy from Toy Story? Yes. This is what he looks like when he gets out of college.
Yeah.
He's this is Andy. I don't know how you could deal with Crocs. Walking plastic is not comfy. It's not plastic, okay? It's more rubbery. And I personally wear them with socks, which I know is an atrocity, but I can't deal with the swampy foot of like walking around barefoot. Like I'm not out there with no socks on, and he must be slipping and sliding in those Crocs. It's very disgusting.
Slipping and sliding?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Your feet don't sweat? My feet get real sweaty when I get to wear those Crocs. I got to wear some socks.
Socks with Crocs is life.
Yeah, socks with Crocs is life, dude. Some people just don't understand.
How well did Andy shuffle the deck? We see 2 Ariels, 2 Cindy's, a Rapunzel. But look, of note, we've got the shift target. We got Robin Hood and Champion of Sherwood sitting in the same hand.
Yeah, so this looks pretty standard steel song right now. And it looks like no songs at the moment for Kendall to worry about taking next turn, which I'm sure he's happy to see. We see bare necessities in Kendall's hand if he did decide he wanted to snipe something away next turn, but he does have yet again the shift line for Diablo. The 3 games we've seen Kendall on stream, he's had the shift line for Diablo. Coincidence? Perhaps.
I think not.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps even. And so we see the Cindy come down. Now the thing is, Kendall knows, at least Kendall, given that nothing was added to the hand, of course, Kendall knows that Andy doesn't have any songs. So that Cindy right now is a pretty low priority target. It can become high priority very, very quickly.
He's got to
We are
check.
reconfirming just to say, hey, whether I forgot or whether you drew something else, I'm going to go ahead and double check that.
Yep.
But right now, given the current state of affairs, that is a low priority, Cindy. But the funny thing about Steel Song is that doesn't stay true for very long, does it?
Oh yeah, all it takes is a song off the top, and they'll
Yep.
change everything here. But Kendall's going to go for it here and get himself a shifted Diablo, who will, no matter what, get him a card on this next turn here. So he's going to pass it over, take his lore, and get himself a card on Andy's draw step.
Yeah, and we see, we're seeing the start that is expected from Kendall here. Can we continue it? I think the answer is yes. We see the Prince John sitting in hand right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's pretty much got the setup.
Yeah.
Kendall, but all the games we've seen him has pretty much had the ideal start here.
Oof,
so
yeah,
Kendall running hot as Andy adds a Robin Hood to the board. We do know he has that shift target in hand, or rather the shift, the Floodborn in hand. And okay, Kita for Kendall here as he adds it to the Inkwell and runs out a Prince John.
naturally, yeah. That's what you do on turn 3, especially
Okay.
when you've got cards like Bare Necessities. Now, again, that Bare Necessities, playing that is going to be a risk if he decides to play it.
No,
he's seen twice that there is nothing to target with that thing.
Yeah, he's going to hold
So
off.
he needs to decide. Yeah, he's going to have to figure out in the future when the right play is.
Yeah, I mean, he can give it a couple more turns and then take a swing at it. But as you can see, Andy still no songs in hand.
Right.
So looking very reminiscent of Wochuck's list. We see the Biancas and most of the other similar Steel Song cards. Let's see. We're going to look at the top 4 here.
All right. Good luck, Andy. Let's see what you find.
This might be our chance to find us
Good
a
luck.
song.
We see one.
We
see 2.
4 songs.
Wow. Wow.
We found all the songs.
Wow. Talk about choices.
Yep. And that's a good one there because that's going to allow the Cinderella to dispatch of this crow. And that's going to send the crow into the Shadow Realm.
Holy smokes. Yeah.
Boom.
That absolutely will.
No, I'm not. We'll get a card draw for this, and he'll take it right here. But no more Diablo, which I'm sure is a sigh of relief for Andy at the very least. But we know if we have this Prince John in play, there can't be any fun coming behind that. I haven't seen a You Have Forgotten Me yet from Kendall, but that is also a big one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderland still sending pictures. I'm not sure what he's trying to get me demonetized. Let's see here. Look at you hitting. Oh, that's the. Oh my God, that's the mat that's cut up. Why do I know that one guy? Oh, Rebirth.
It's Rebirth, bro. That's Dreams, I think. Right? No,
I cannot believe that they cut the mat in pieces.
They're wild for that, bro. They're so wild.
I mean, it's a cool picture, but now what? Now you have a piece of a mat.
Yeah, but you split it 4 ways. That seems fair.
You could have just eaten an egg if you wanted to have a crazy picture. All right. Andy drew off Storm. I do think I saw Andy draw off Storm. Pretty sure I did see him draw that. You didn't see him draw off Storm either? I know I saw Kendall draw off Storm. I didn't see if Andy did. I would imagine. Thought I was crazy.
Oh, because of the Storm off of Diablo, they're saying, for sure.
Yeah, I mean Kendall drew his card, but I don't. He did. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, we didn't catch that. So we're gonna see.
Excuse me.
Wow, they heard it on my headset.
Yeah, big yawn. He did. Okay, so he did.
Perfect. Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right, chat.
Who needs to judge when you got chat? Who needs to judge when you got chat? Let's go.
Yeah, we just put you all on the payroll.
Certainly. And so, we're seeing a board over here for Andy of singers. Got to deal with that. Kendall, of course, has a board for discarding things. I'm trying to figure out how do we do that. Now, we deciding between a couple of options here, all of which are pretty crazy.
He has the Forgotten Me, but there's just so many cards in Andy's hand. I'm not sure how high impact that is, considering that he's not going to really add anything to the board here.
No, but that's true. But is it worth it to go to make a down tempo play to draw 2 more cards because of the Prince John? Is the other question.
Yeah, but imagine you have Forgotten Me here, and then he Whole New Worlds next turn.
Yeah,
and then you feel like an idiot.
I mean, but here's the I would argue it's a safe gamble. It's a safe gamble. We know what his hand looks like. We know that we know what card he pulled from Ariel. There's really one card that we don't know. So what are the chances that the one card that we don't know is the wheel?
Sure.
No,
you're right. I mean, it is one of the options available here. We also have Muses in hand, which I think I'm not. I personally like Muses better, just developing something on the table. Yeah, I think this is something that I enjoy more. And then we're going to take a look at bare necessities. It's not going to find anything.
Yeah, Andy's saying, dude, you've seen this before. What else do you want from me?
And he's like, dude, I don't play songs.
Stop it, bro. This is not steel. I was playing with you. Like the aerials are great vanilla 2/3s. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he got close, but Kendall's studying the hand here, saying, okay, what do I have to play around? Here, let me get this thing off the stream here.
Yeah. Certainly. And so, now, getting the hand back. All right. What else do we do here?
All right. So, what is that? Oh, guys, if you guys were only here, you'd understand. It's just funny. All right, so Muses added to the table now. Muse is going to be pretty problematic for Andy here, since Kendall will be able to continue bouncing all these targets back to the hand. Not sure how good bouncing an aerial will be, but if it does stop Andy from singing songs, might be good enough.
100%, yeah. And so what we're seeing here is, of course, it's still the very beginning stages of this thing.
Yeah,
we're establishing singers.
Setting up.
Yeah, when we see that whole new world, this is going to be devastating. So Kendall needs to figure this board situation out, because the longer we go, the more of these cards end up on the table. The less we're discarding these cards, the more they're going to show up. Yes, that was a
whiff.
Yeah, keeping in mind that the first aerial that was played, we saw all four were songs. So I'm curious how this deck is. Like, I want to go through Andy's deck and like filter through and see, dude, what is the
well, when you've been playing all day, and your songs could get stacked together. If you're not shuffling thoroughly, it's very possible that these cards could clump. We saw yesterday, on the finals, that Mike Senior had 3 whole new worlds and I think 2 of his hands. So these things do happen, but yeah, very rare to see all these cards in play with no songs in hand. We will ditch. You have to ditch 2 cards.
Yeah, well, you have to. That's what the card says.
Yep, he's thinking about the second card. Daisy was a quick one, but what do we want to lose? I believe it's Rapunzel, and Robin Hood.
Champion of Sherwood.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to lose both Rapunzels, but I also don't want to lose Robin Hood. But we will choose to keep the Rapunzel.
I think you have to. I mean, you're looking at the 2 cards that are giving you the ability to draw, versus
and Kendall will draw too.
You got to do it.
Yeah, see, I like this a lot better now that there's at least the Muses on the table. I think this is a solid play here.
Yeah, certainly. And we're looking at that. We're going to see another draw, which is going to get Kendall closer to that glorious Under the Sea, if we can find it.
Yep. And Kendall will take a look at the hand. He's seen this hand pretty much every turn this game. He's taking a look at Andy's hand like, hey, what you got now? Hey, what you got now? Hey, how about now?
Yeah, how about now? And now?
And what did he draw? He drew, is that a Smee or is that a Troubadour?
It's a Troubadour and 2 Rapunzels right now. Troubadour.
That is a turtle.
Too turtly for the Turtle Club. We got Rapunzel coming down to draw a card by Hillen and Ariel.
Okay.
And Kendall, of course, playing very
heads up here. We found a song in our song deck.
Oh, look at Andy perk up. And he's like, yay, I get to use this thing.
Yeah, on a Diablo.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a low value Zeus.
Yuck.
It's a low value Zeus.
I hate when I have to spend my whole card on a freaking bird.
The problem,
1/2 1-drop.
Yeah, I mean the issue, of course, is like you're at this point against Kendall. What you're managing is, well, like, do I keep it and use it as fodder to throw away when he makes me discard? Do I just try to use the things so that I can get to as close to 0 cards in hand, and try to like not give any more advantage? And so knowing that, and if Andy only knew, boom, Lucifer, that Zeus could have been saved to prevent 1 more card. So now Andy will need to lose both Rapunzels because he didn't hold on to his Zeus.
Yeah. And I know everybody in the chat saying that the Zeus was huge. It definitely was huge. I'm not saying that it wasn't a good draw. It just stinks that out of the 3 characters in play, the one you have to target is the bird. That's kind of what I was getting at. It still obviously was very impactful because it keeps him off the Under the Sea. I agree 100%.
For sure.
But I mean, obviously, if I could hit the Muses or the Prince John, I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah. So. It just really, it's really a conversation about the power level of like Ward.
Ward is
like,
nuts.
Well, I'm forced to pick something that otherwise is not the best thing.
Burb
indeed.
Burby. Yeah, Lucifer. sleeper card that a lot of people have forgotten about. I love that card. Lucifer is the bee's knees.
Yeah, then the only smiley says that UTS is about to go insane in the membrane, going crazy.
Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we're drawing 7. Let's go.
Yeah, we will. We did a whole new world.
Let's go.
So Andy's deciding he wants to show Kendall the world on a magic carpet.
Holy moly! He said I got 0 in hand, but now I got 7 in hand. Joke's on you.
Bet.
Take 2. Draw a card. That's a big one.
It is a big one.
Especially, that's always a terrible feeling as a discard player when like all your hard work just gets erased immediately.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you spent all these turns like trying to depart. They can take a card the hand and
shifting that champion of Sherwood.
Yep, Robin Hood getting bigger, and nothing for him to attack into, but he's still a 3/6, which is just so obnoxious to deal with. So Andy thinking about the rest of his turn here. He still has an ink available. Perhaps a Daisy or a Sydney. Yep. Add the Sydney to the table.
Going to Cindy. Yep.
And will this champion of Sherwood be crash again? Well, not crashing in.
Yeah, I was going to say questing in.
Questing in. Going on a little adventure. I'll take 2 lore.
Yeah, why not? Right? I mean, what else do we do here except that? Like that's what we're here to do.
For sure.
Oh, okay. We see a painting. Is that a Be Our Guest that I saw?
Yeah,
a series of songs.
Kendall's still out of Under the Sea range by 1 lore or 1 cost ink. But now we have another warded character. So Kendall essentially saying,
"Yeah,
you can't target these. I'm gonna get my Under the Sea one way or another."
Yeah.
So
get all your value now. Oh, and we discovered that there are 3 songs. So we're the complete opposite direction as when we started. We had 7 characters all in at the start of the game. Now we did a whole new world, and now we're sitting with 3 songs, 2 characters, and Kendall's got choices.
Oof.
But we're
hand's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, and we do know that Kendall also has Sudden Chill, so more of these cards are going to get plucked. So we're choosing to get rid of some high value cards of our choice first before we allow Andy to try to send away the low value cards. And yeah, that's ultimately what we're doing here.
I'm also curious why we didn't quest the Rapunzel. At first, I thought it hits because it had just come down this turn, but it didn't come down this turn. So I'm not sure why we chose not to quest the Rapunzel here.
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah, hopefully.
Is it possible that Andy maybe thought that it was wet because we put the Cindy on top of it? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why maybe. I thought it was wet because he put the Sydney on top. Yeah, but now that chat's talking about it, it is something that maybe could have quested there. So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite Andy. No. That 2 lore could have made or break situation here.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. That seems to make sense. I mean, it's just a word of advice for those of you if you're playing. Of course, recommend that you put the newly created characters, the newly summoned characters, glimmers as they are. You put them at the bottom, like you create like a second row for a second. Like so, you put them lower than your characters that are dry. You do everything you can do. Make sure you manage that and then move it.
Don't encourage this.
Don't encourage what? Proper board management?
That's not proper board management.
What do you mean that's not proper board management?
There's no second row in Lorcana.
Yeah, if you looked at a playmat, you want to look at a playmat?
I'll look at it. Show me.
All right, I'll show you a playmat.
Show me a playmat with the second row.
I'll show you.
I'll show you.
I'll show you. Don't worry.
I'll show you.
Yeah, after the stream. Okay. I'll show you. Don't worry.
Show me. Alrighty. So Kendall deciding how he best wants to address this turn here. You can see he does have more ways to take a look at the hand and get rid of more actions if he so chooses. He's got a lot of discard in his hand. I think we're going to go with the bare necessities here.
Yeah,
I mean, chill. We could just chill.
You could chill. I mean, you could also apply pressure and say, "Hey, let's get you back into a spot where you're not. You have way less options."
He said, "Chill,
bro. Sudden chill, bro."
That always reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Batman movie. Chill.
Wow, you said that very just like him. That was good.
No, I didn't at all, actually. My Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is not very good. Take Zeus away so he can't Zeus the Robin and Rapunzel. Yeah, possible. Yeah. But we shall see. I mean, we still have ways to sing here. I don't think he wants to sing with any of these warded characters and give them up. So we're going to pass it back. But he does get to bounce that Rapunzel back to hand with the Muse's trigger. So Rapunzel will be removed from the table.
Yeah, Muses is not bad in this matchup.
Muses is nuts in this matchup, actually.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, just look at the board. There's all but 1 character that can be bounced with the Muses. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, Muses is very, very good. Well, obviously, you don't want to just keep giving Rapunzel more songs and more songs, or excuse me, Ariel more songs and more songs.
Yeah,
But definitely a lot of things you can target: troubadours, Lawrence after you've punched
yeah,
it, Cindy's, Baby
yeah,
Robin Hood's,
yeah. Definitely don't recommend. I don't recommend
Rapunzel's.
musing an aerial. But more along the point of that, Yellow
Well, you
traditionally
could
has
in a
lower
in a
characters.
pinch if you
Yeah,
need
you
to
might have to. You might
if you
have
needed
to.
to get rid of a 5 cost singer and player or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's there's certainly there are use cases for that kind of stuff, but there's just so many options that you can choose in this deck. Like Troubadour, if that comes down, that's another target.
Mm-hmm,
Rapunzel, that's
mm-hmm,
another target. I mean, yeah, there's just so many targets for that thing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's a Pete.
That is a Pete. That is a Pete. That's actually kind of big. That's going to slow down.
Pete, probably one of the best cards in this matchup
Yes,
for Andy here.
that is going to significantly slow down Kendall's ability to just keep drawing from these dual Prince Johns, at least for this coming turn. Andy can try to empty the hand a little bit, prevent Kendall from getting so much value from his hand size as it is. Yeah, that Pete's kind of big.
I'm curious what Kendall played against today. I feel like there's so much green steel floating around, and I feel like that deck would just be very problematic. Considering that we have Pete, we have the big Pete, we have Ursula's. I'm curious how that matchup looks, but maybe Kendall just is built different,
Yeah, I
or
was just
didn't
about to say,
or didn't play against it.
yeah,
Either one.
Kendall B. The B stands for built different,
Kendall built different.
100%.
All right, we got a shiny card in the corner there, and it's a Painting the Roses red. Okay, we have how much lore next turn? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yep,
7.
another aerial coming down, setting ourselves up by potentially
He's
grabbing another song.
he's trying to find this under the sea really bad.
No, yeah, trying to, but finding. I believe that was a painting the roses red.
Painting is good because you can shrink this Robin Hood and this
Yep.
Pete, and then potentially under the sea. But
Yes.
no under the sea quite yet. A lot of
Not
cards
yet.
in hand, but not the under the sea. Oh, he has
Oh,
the
he
under the
has
sea.
it. My apologies. He does. Yeah, sorry. So many cards in Kindle's hand. It's hard to
I
see.
thought he already has under the sea. He does. Okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys. My B guys.
yeah.
There's a lot going on here, and it's been a long 2
Well,
days.
for me, it's there's so many cards in Kindle's hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he
It's
definitely.
just yeah.
He
You saw
flips.
it.
He
You
flashed
saw the
it.
flip. Yep.
Yeah, he definitely has the end of the sea here. It would be nice if he would be able to shrink first.
Which he with painting the roses red, he will be able to.
Painting is what, 2 cost?
Let's find out together. Let's see.
Interesting.
I think we'll double check.
He's gonna have to. I mean, he was under Pete that turn, so he couldn't do anything. But
correct.
Theoretically, next turn, sing painting with Ursula, shrink something, and then do the end of the sea.
Yeah,
But
reminder that so people are saying that he had the opportunity to sing under the sea last turn. Wonder if he should have.
He tried to get patient, but
yeah,
Pete,
he did try. He got
yeah, he was Peated this previous turn, but the turn before he was not Peated.
Pete.
All right. And Kendall cranking it out here, thinking about how he's going to be able to sweep this board under the table. But Andy is going to most likely have a big quest here.
Yeah, I mean, at least take advantage of what you got before it disappears. If you're not going to be able to Pete again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So actually, it's a big turn because this right now, Andy's got what represents Lorthal on the board.
Okay, we got Zeus. Oh, I didn't even realize those cards down there are also in play.
Yeah, those
2 aerials.
You see, Andy did the thing I said. You got to put your wet characters.
No, it's just because there's
row.
a glare down there, and I just literally had just forgotten that part. Because also Andy has his discard pile right above it, and I just thought it was somehow in his. I don't know. I just didn't realize it. So yeah, that's actually pretty crazy that Kendall has a lot of ways to sing next turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Lot of ways.
All the ways, bro. All the ways. And we see Akita hit the table.
Kita is a big one.
Kita is freaking huge in this matchup.
Kita is okay. So we just clear the board here, right? I mean,
yeah, I think you just do the thing, bro. You just do the thing.
We just play the Kita.
You put it down. You turn character sideways. You say GG. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're thinking about quite yet, but
I mean, yeah, we're going.
I'm sure there's a lot to think about, but I mean, yeah, pretty clearly we're gonna we're gonna have to get rid of the whole board here.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Andy's at 16. We can't mess around here. No more. There's no more patience here. All right, we're gonna shrink. He's choosing not to Kita. He just wants the painting.
No,
or is that a chill?
Sit and chill.
Okay. Chill's gonna get him 2 cards here.
All right. We're drawing for the dual Prince Johns.
It's very good. And he does get a Muse trigger if he so chooses. Could perhaps choose to bounce the Ursula if he chooses, or he could just bounce something his opponent has. Chooses not to. Just gonna go ahead and Kita. And
you know what that means. Everybody, you know what that means, folks.
And he has to know.
5 plus 4 equals 9. Just enough to sing together that great song, Under the Sea.
And
under the sea.
The seaweed is always greener.
Yes.
As we Under the Sea is a way cooler song. So yeah, that's all going to the bottom. Kendall says, let me choose the order.
Yeah.
And it's, as you can see, it's going to be tough. I mean, when you just one-sided board wipe somebody, it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, especially when all your characters have ward.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're going to go ahead and put these back and put them underneath the deck. Sayonara.
And
Andy has to restart his mission here. Choosing the order in a game where it doesn't matter, you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, this is a.
It's always best to go through the motions, even if it's irrelevant.
This is some of the highest stakes in a tournament. Okay, you got to do it. Do it the right way. Practice the right way. Do it the right way. You start getting loose. You start having loose gameplay. That's how you start slipping into making mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the point as well. Like, we're not likely going to see those cards, but always better just to go through the motions. Do things the correct way, just in case. So
yes, and Wochuk,
we did see in the Zan game, Zan drew his whole deck. So I don't foresee that happening here, but always best to just go through the motions. All right, and Andy will turn 2 slices of cheese sideways and play this.
Don't disrespect Andy like that, bro.
I'm not disrespecting anybody. Somebody said they look like cheese slices.
Yeah, who do you think it was, bro? Who do you think said that?
Oh,
who do you think
I didn't see the name, dude. My bad.
Well, you should have known better.
I shouldn't have acknowledged him.
Don't give attention to the troll, okay? Because then the troll keeps doing things.
Hey, can you correct the screen? It's showing Kendall's playing Emerald discard, and that can't be right.
Oh, Katie, it couldn't be more right.
We'll get it fixed up.
Yeah,
we've been working on it all tournament, but
yeah, and for some weird reason, Katie, all his cards are like the chroma key is broken because all the cards are coming in the wrong color.
I don't know what's going on.
This is crazy.
I know I mentioned it earlier, but I mentioned it when I went to talk to Noam Not in between rounds. I asked him what he was playing, and I thought he was joking. I thought he was just trying to throw me off my game. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to leak your deck. Like, just tell me what you're playing. He's like, yeah, I'm playing green yellow.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. Keep your secrets, dude.
Keep your secrets.
I hit him with the Frodo bag and said, I was like, whatever, keep your secrets. And then I ran out there and said, dude, you didn't lie. And he started laughing. So, yeah, no, I'm not. Trick up his sleeve. He's not a one-trick pony, guys. Just absolutely giving a masterclass here of making your opponent miserable.
What's the metaphy on that
What's the metaphy on making your opponent feel like crap?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, we're taking a look here, and Noam Not says, all right, ain't nothing to be worried about, so here I come. And we're going to gain a lot of lore here.
Yeah, that's an understatement of the century. I mean, at this point, you just wrap it up and you go to the next game, I think. But
so Andy's got 1 turn to figure this out.
Really? Just one?
This is the one.
This is the one. This is the one in 1-0.
He says, "Here's 2 characters."
Right. Turn sideways. I bet you, bro.
Look at Kendall going through the motions, reading all his stuff, drawing his card, turning them all sideways.
There you go.
All right, Kendall Burdett moves to the finals.
Yep.
Of the SSG 5K High Roller event. This is a 5K tournament with only 30 players, so it was a very small, high stakes tournament with a $100 entry fee. So high risk, high reward. But Kendall laughs in the face of danger as he goes into the finals playing green yellow ?
Green yellow ? Yeah.
So we got on the other table, we got Zan versus Zach which I know y'all are probably yelling at us because we're not watching that.
Yeah.
But it's okay because we're gonna get to see one of these players play against Kendall in the finals. Maybe it'll be Zan. Maybe Zan will play against his teammate, or his teammate, World Class Cards, Kendall. Or maybe it'll be Zach, and we'll get Zach versus Kendall. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think that in the matchup between Zan and Zach, it's going to be real interesting because Zach, I feel like, is favored with the aggro, but Zan also plays Sisus, right? In coils. So I'm curious to know how that looks. Is he able to stop Zach from just aggroing out? We're going to find out. Do we have a way to refresh that melee?
Yes.
Are you just looking at random pictures on Google?
I'm looking at. I'm trying to find random pictures on Google.
Oh, okay.
I should be doing my job. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Let's do a refreshy.
Refreshies. Is that like a boosty, but for websites?
Refreshy. All right, what's going on? Did we just split top 8 for the 1K? Is that why there's nothing going on here? I think that might be what happened. 1K hasn't been updated, so I don't know if the players split and said I'm out of here.
They may have, and since it's not on stream and it wasn't going to be on stream, they may have just let them go.
Possibly. All right, yeah. So we don't know about Zivans versus Zivans.
Zivans.
Dude,
New name for Zach Bivens.
I've been talking for what like 18 hours.
Well, I was gonna say you've been talking for the last like 35 years of your life. So.
No, but it's Pacific. We've been talking for the last 18 hours. Does anyone know what the ink pairing for the other top 4 matches? Yes, it is Purple Steel versus Ruby Sapphire. Excuse me.
Zan's
on Red Blue. Zach's on Purple Steel.
There you go.
I hate having to say the oh God. Like I want to be like professional and I want to say the right things. I want to say the right terminology. But my brain just says purple. My brain doesn't say amethyst. When I look at a color, I'm not like, oh, that's very amethyst. Like, no, I say purple.
Well, it's a gem. It's not a color. It's
I
a
understand,
gem.
but I'm not looking at gems. I'm looking at colors on the cards. So it just makes me want to say that just the color. The only one that I always say right is steel. Steel is always steel. Kendall, what does it say? But do the casters know that they play game 2 now?
Yeah, they do play game 2.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Mike misspoke. Don't listen to him. There's a game 2.
Oh.
that one game was so impactful.
Wow.
For you. Don't worry about it.
My bad, guys. I'm way ahead of myself. I thought that was game 2.
No, it's not.
All right.
It's game 1.
We're running it back, guys. My fault.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Yeah. Guys, I am mustard versus ketchup.
Let's go, baby.
Oh my goodness. What decks made top 8? We had Purple Steel. We had 2 decks in front of you. We had Red Blue ×2. We had gosh, what were the other ones? I named them all earlier. I'd have to go back and look. 2 Green Steel, 2 Red Blue, 2 Yellow Green, one of them being Kendall, one of them being Chernadogs, and then Amber Steel and the Green Steel. A lot of steel stuff. I mean, a lot of variety of everything, to be honest. So, yeah. Guys, sorry if I feel out of it or sound out of it. It's because I am. It's been such a long weekend, guys. We've been talking Lorcana for it feels like 19 hours straight. Oh, I thought this would full screen.
Oh my god! No, who's the one pushing buttons now, bro? Come on, get out of here! Stop touching the stuff.
I am so burnt out, dude. That egg yesterday took me out.
I tore 4 of those things. I took 4 of those things down, bro.
You're disgusting, dude.
What are you talking about? I love it.
No respect for yourself.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Those are so good,
dude. Stop.
I'm bringing pickle sausage next time. I don't care what you say. You're gonna eat pickle sausage with me.
You can drink all the finger juice that you like. I'm okay.
Finger juice.
What happened to the blurble hype, Rico? Good question. Feels like every week there's a deck that's hyped up, and then the next week it's vanished.
Yeah, you know what it is? They figured it out. It comes out, people see it, they start decking for it, it goes away.
Forbidden Mountain, Dan, I would love some.
Oh, brother, if I can get some Uncrusties in here right now.
God, I'm so hungry.
Stefan, can you hear me? See if there's Uncrusties in the shop, bro. Walk around and find an Uncrusty.
Fine,
right now, bro.
We need an Uncrustable vending machine in here.
I'll send them. I'll spend
all my monies.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Diablo shift.
This is the 4th game in a row that I have seen Kendall play Diablo on turn 2.
That seems about right. I mean, you only play 4 of them for a reason. Like, what's the point if you play 4? What's the point of not?
I know, but I'm saying he's seen the combination every game. He's had the song, he's had the bird, he's had the shift, and he has the Ursula.
Yeah, I mean, just really, just we're running it back. And again, I like to call this the holy trinity of Emerald Steel. You see the Ursula, the Diablo, and the Prince John,
And he
all of
said,
them
"Forget
there.
Ursula. I'm moving into the Cove."
There you go. Let's cove it up.
Oh my goodness.
Let's cove it up.
Yeah, he hit the 500 card combo, and let's see. I think people who lost in Trope should get
Yeah.
pickles.
Honestly, yeah. Like for the inflated pricing, if you lose, you eat pickle egg.
Yeah, yeah. On the way out the door, you have to eat an egg, or you
Yeah.
can't leave. We'll lock
Yeah.
you in here.
Exactly.
An
An
egg
egg for your troubles. There you go. Let's
Exactly.
go. We
All
love
right.
it.
All right,
Bro,
all right.
listen, Devin tore one down. Kylie took one down. They had no problems with it, man.
You guys are just
Jason took one down. No problems, bro.
you guys like pickles though. Is it straight 5K for the winner? I don't believe so.
No.
I don't think they split though. They may have split, but I know some players wanted to play it out. I don't know if they got peer pressured. First place is 2,000. Second place is 1,000. Third and fourth place is 600. Fifth through eighth is 200.
That's for top 8. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yep, top 8. So I don't know if they split top 4. I know top 8 probably didn't split, but yeah, it's not just 5K for top player. It's 2K for top player, which is still great. I mean,
Yeah.
$100 buy-in. That's 20 times your money. That's pretty good.
20x, baby. 20x.
20x. Imagine instead of 5K dollars, it was 5K eggs. That's technically more valuable.
Yeah, in this economy, you're not kidding.
That is true. Wasn't sure if it was a straight winner take all. Yeah, if it was up to Devin, it probably would be. He loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's a madman.
He's like a very much all or nothing guy. Like all the stakes, you know, play for it all. But no, I don't think the players, especially on day 2, people are tired. People have been here so long. Yesterday it was a long day, so I'm sure some of these players are happy just taking the cash and splitting it up.
The Candy was saying, "I'd run it.
I'd run it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I know you would, my man. I know you would. You straight crazy person.
The Candio would run it. I'm sure he would."
And we see dual. Look at the wheels. Look at the wheels. 2 whole new worlds, one of which now will remain in Andy's hand. That is crazy. So playing that bare necessities, trying to get to it. The second one creates a bit of a buffer for Andy. Okay.
But if he wheels here, he does discard quite a few cards, and Diablo will get to draw those as well. Well, actually, he's down 2 now.
No, he does, but now you run the risk of potentially having Kendall get to a second, to a second way of getting rid of that, and then what do you do? Then you're kind of locked out. Versus giving some answers.
Yep. That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That is game changer. There you go. That's it. That's the trick.
Bombastic.
Yep. So we see we went ahead and we removed the Diablo, then we sung the whole new world. Then that way
now we're cooking.
Yeah. Now this is a whole different ballgame. This is not the same game as game 1. Not the same game whatsoever.
Yeah, we're cooking for sure. And although Kendall does have a Prince John in play, that Cove is quite lonely without that Diablo sitting in it. And Kendall will get 7 new cards, but can Andy spam the board?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Now, can Kendall get to it? Can Kendall establish 8 costs worth of characters to then on the following turn play the Under the Sea and survive?
Yep.
I believe the.
I mean, all he needs is an aerial, right? I mean, aerial,
yeah, the aerial does. The aerial does it. Yeah.
This is a whole new game.
Oh, hey, Alex, we love it. Yes, we love it.
He's in danger.
Yes, I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Yep, Kendall is in danger.
That was really scary.
I can't.
Katie,
how do I ban somebody?
No, leave Katie alone. That's a good one. I don't care what you say.
How do I ban people from
this? That's a great one, even.
Yeah, it was a good one. It's a good one.
Oh goodness, I do. You know what? I don't know what it is about Disney fans. They're just so good at puns. It's great.
The puns, too good.
Like Punzel, Rapunzel. Nah, that was bad. Let's workshop that one.
Some punzels. I don't know why they're good with the punzels.
No. Don't listen to Skinner, Katie. You do what you do.
No, Katie, you're great. I'm just joking. I just can't handle the good memes, the good jokes. Punzels.
Giggity. We love it. We see, okay, so we're seeing that Bruno entering the hand. So we got Bruno, we've got Bear, we've got Kita, we've got Muses. I mean, just so many ways out of the issues. We see that I'm trying to see that card that we're using as Cricky. And it's a Cricky. We're using that as ink.
Okay. Ariel entering the building. We just want this area to survive, right? He throws her in the cove. He just needs her to make it through this turn, and then he will be able to undo the sea next turn.
I mean, just hardcore signaling the fact that he is trying to protect the investment.
Do we have a Zeus in hand or another strength?
Pete would be a good answer here too if we can get it to a Pete.
A lot of things we can do here, but I don't see them in his hand. I do see another whole new world in the hand, but all right, he's going to go ahead and give 2 more.
All right, that sends down that bare necessities. Undo the sea to the bottom.
Okay, he could whole new world here, potentially find a Zeus and sing it with the troubadour. That is a way to keep him off of this aerial. So he does have that option here, but I'm not sure what else he has in the hand there. It does look like quite a few amount of cards there. All right. What are you doing there, Gabe?
I'm double checking that I don't accidentally turn the power off of
Please do not unplug. Please do not shut down SSG.
That's exactly why I'm double checking where I'm moving around here.
All right. So we are going to do what I thought, and we're going to whole new world.
Ooh, sing the wheel.
And we're going to hope to find a Zeus here or a strength.
Or a Pete.
All right.
Or a Pete. I think Pete's not bad either.
Yeah, like I said, we have a lot of things we can find here, but getting rid of this aerial would be ideal.
Yikes. Look at that insanity that we just revealed.
Yeah. And let's take a look at our 7. I see Pete. I see Raging Fire as well.
I see Pete. Yep, that'll do.
Raging Fire, that'll do. Pig, that'll do.
There's the Pete to stop any potential actions.
And can we just take the aerial out for good measure?
There's a Smee
troubadour singer
to lock this thing up.
Does troubadour want to sing a little song?
Sing a song for the piano man.
Little song.
We turn the troubadour down. We're gonna go ahead and send in
boom headshot.
Yep, we're gonna send in 360 no scope with the Zeus.
Okay.
All right, and I do believe,
and we are under Pete.
Yep, under the rule of Pete.
Good luck.
All right, is this game 3? Let's go to game 3. What's up? Talk to me. Talk to me, Kendall. Talk to me. What you got?
Good luck.
All right.
Kendall had options to draw extra, but I don't think it makes a difference because there's a Pete. So he could have 100 cards in hand. I don't think there's anything he can do here. So,
yep. All right. So we're going to go to game 3. We've got 30 minutes left in this round.
Yep.
We're going to see. Kendall's going to be the one on the play now.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be crazy.
Can we do a little refresh on the other side here? Let's see. I'm so excited to see. Nothing. Dang, Kendall is serious AF. Boom, headshot. I could dance all day. You know you run faster with a knife?
What?
You never seen that back in the day? Oh, man.
Back in the day.
If you know, you know.
Did you know you run
faster? That was like during the inception of YouTube. It was like...
That's horrible. That's completely insane.
It was this crazy guy who was like obsessed with Counter-Strike, and he would say boom headshot, and then in Counter-Strike, if you switch off your gun and you get a knife, you can move faster.
Okay.
So then he goes to this phrase like, "Did you know you could run faster with a knife?" I run faster with a knife. So Katie,
oh my god!
I figured Katie would know. She's somebody that would know.
Oh,
FPS Doug,
FPS
everybody knows. Where is the shop? Somebody asking. Margate, Florida. It is very close to Miami, very close to Fort Lauderdale. If you fly into Fort Lauderdale Airport, it's about 25 minutes away.
Yes.
And definitely the place to be. Guys, if you're hanging out with us right now, by the way, May the 31st, Reign of Jafar tournament, release event weekend. We always have these amazing first weekend events, day 1 of the new set. And we tend to see a lot of creativity at those events. For those who have watched our previous events, that is where the Candio's Diggy Hole originated, which is still, although it's not in favor at the moment, we still see lots of people playing Dwarven Mine, which was kind of brought into favor by that event due to Candio. So lots of fun stuff, and we hope to see it. Yeah, Candio said
yeah, that's right. You did that to me. You messed me up.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah. So highly recommend coming and checking out our Reign of Jafar tournament. It's going to be a great time. Sheldar, we don't talk about Bruno until Tuesday, unfortunately, but thanks for asking. I mean, we will be happy to talk about it as soon as it's officially out there. We just don't want to ruin anything for anybody else who may not be following, leaked information or anything like that. So appreciate the question, but we won't be addressing anything like that until Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the Candy. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. Katie says, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard. Legend has it that he's out there conquering the world."
Right. Yeah. Last I heard, he single-handedly got Hiram banned so he can come back with Steel Song and win everything again. That's exactly what it was.
I heard they made a game about DeCandio called Breath of the Wild. And it's just DeCandio's mission to try to save Disney Lorcana. At the end of the game, he saves the game.
He saves the game,
and Hiram gets mad at the very end of the game.
Yeah, that would be, what's the name of the bad guy from Zelda?
Ganondorf.
Yeah. So does that make Hiram, right? Because that's the right way to pronounce that. Ganondorf.
No. Ganondorf was protecting Hiram. Ganondorf is like Chenpo.
Chenpo
yesterday was Ganondorf.
Yeah, one Chenpo versus 100 men.
One of my favorite video games for sure. Yes, that's why I mentioned it. I know DeCandio is a big Zelda guy. Worlds was actually an open event, but DeCandio could have been to close it.
Game saved, everybody. Game saved. Oh, here we go. Poglet is DeCandio ascended. We love Poglet,
not the Poglets. All right, guys, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting distracted here. Okay, let's lock in, guys.
It's round 1, and there's Diablo. It's fine. Okay,
convince them to pay me instead.
You know what? The best investment they ever made. We love it. We love to see it.
We love to see it. All right, so I think we're doing a little re-sleeve here. Getting a new Velveeta cheese. We pulled out the Velveeta cheese packet. And
that's crazy.
We're just gonna get a new slice here.
Yeah, you got to replace the slice. Can you imagine?
Well, this is tight fit. Jeez, I've never had to sleeve a card like that.
That's wild, bro.
My God, dude, Bison's using Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves for his cards.
Are these Japanese size or are these standard size?
I don't know what happened there.
Oh my goodness,
Kendall in the tank, trying to memorize everything in the hand here. When you look at the hand, do you do like a little song? Do you try to memorize Troubadour and the Piglet and the bar and the Ariel too?
I don't know what that. That's a little wild. That's a little crazy. I wouldn't do that. I do try to remember the things that I think are the most relevant for the next 3 turns. That's the thing I put to the front of my mind. Imagine getting your sleeve from Publix.
Imagine getting your sleeves at Publix. The cheese sleeves give royal by strength of the raging fire.
Absolutely,
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they melt a little, so you got to watch out on the cards.
We got a whole stack of cheese here. All right, Kendall, with the perfect information that he has here, is going to take his next turn, deciding what he wants to ink. We don't see a Ursula in hand, so he will not be taking a second look here. He's going to ink the "You Have Forgotten Me."
Yeah.
Which we have not forgotten him. So as we can't talk about the leaks, can we talk about somebody getting DQ'd on stage at the Pokemon VGC Regional? I did not see that.
Yeah, I have no idea about that.
I'll have to do my research there. I did not see somebody getting DQ'd on stage. Although I have seen other people get DQ'd for Pokemon TCG doing hand gestures.
Would you please stop it? Just stop it right now.
I'm not going to explain anything. I'm just going to say you're just making inappropriate hand gestures and getting kicked out of your
I don't know if that's better.
World Championship. That's pretty bad. I hope nobody at the Worlds here makes any crazy hand gestures.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Wochuk.
If Wochuk was at Worlds, we might have to worry about some inappropriate things to worry about there.
Yeah, thankfully that won't be the case.
All right, they might have been like, everybody's invited, but Wochuk, you're virtual. You know? We're just gonna have you stream in from your house.
All right. So as we see,
no bird for no Ursula is dangerous.
Yes.
Kendall finally missing.
It took 6 games that we've seen to finally whiff on that.
This is game number 5 on camera where he finally misses a turn 2 Diablo,
but he just drew the PJ.
PJ is a good start, but turn 2 Diablo definitely a big one.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if Kendall can recover from this kind of this stutter step here. Like you put out the Diablo, you're kind of hoping to get to see it if you don't have it in the opening hand. We don't have it. What we have instead is, of course, the thought process of we're gonna ink and we're gonna play that PJ.
Yep.
And then of course we're looking at some cards. So he's got options for turn 4. He says pass to Andy, and he's gonna have to consider what they're gonna do. But Kendall's deciding for next turn, assuming that we don't draw anything too great. Do we throw out that You Have Forgotten Me? Do we play the Muses? Which one, so that's a thought process Kendall's going through. Conversely, Andy is going ahead and cycling through some cards for that aerial effect.
Okay, and we'll look at the top 4 slices of cheese and pick out a Zeus.
That's going to put some Swiss holes in a character
for sure.
That Zeus. Sure.
Yeah, that card's a monster.
you did not. You did not.
That card is a monster.
Oh, you did not.
All right, we're gonna get in there for 4.
Yeah.
And sudden chill being revealed, so that will go
It
to the
is.
bottom here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Sending it back. All right. Let's see here. These jokes are so cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's how you always know when it's late in the day and we're burnt, when things just start getting crazy.
Things get really wild.
We just go off the rails completely. That's how you know we've been here for a long time.
Yeah, you know, it starts to feel more like Lorcana After Dark after we get to some crazy stuff here.
Oh, we got somebody throwing out the trash in the background. I love that.
Yeah,
congratulations. Oh, that's a lot of trash.
That is, yeah.
I wonder if my apple or my egg is in that trash that I threw in there yesterday after I spit it out.
It is in there. I checked.
He's probably just carrying it around.
Yeah, I tasted it to make sure it was still good. Yeah.
All right. So getting back on the railroad track here. We've far detoured, but we've somehow found our way back to the tracks.
We always do.
Let's see here.
Yeah. And so Kendall's thinking through this turn. Kendall's trying to make sure where we're at here. So we've got doing some math. Notice the finger touching on the mat. That's math right there.
That's to carry the 1, 3, 2, 3. Create. Yes, it is game 3. This is game 3, and then the winner will be playing the winner of Zach Bivens versus Zan Syed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have a very stacked finals incoming.
Yeah, so be prepared for that.
And we don't know who wins yet. There's still nobody reported.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're still battling it out.
Yep. And as Andy starts to consider, we're hoping he plays a card that is very Gouda for him.
Oh, man. Very Gouda for him. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm going through my head thinking of every kind of cheese that I could imagine. All right. So you have forgotten me. Taking 2 cards away, drawing 2 new cards. And that's, let's see. Looks like another you have forgotten me in hand. Bare necessities. Okay. Kendall's got some bangers here.
Oof. Bare necessities.
That's a good one.
Stinks. Okay.
That's a good one. Draw a card.
Yeah.
And he's got his Sonic Warrior, which can be shifted, but we'll find out if there's another sort of discard coming in the near future. I'm really getting fed up with all these jokes. Oh my god, dude!
Boy.
You guys are too funny.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm gonna see if I can try to find me some American cheese sleeves for ICL.
Sleeves.
Yeah, I need to bring some sleeve cheese to ICL. Andy, give me your supplier, bro. Where's your distributor, bro?
Where's your distributor?
Which farm did you get these sleeves from?
The Velveeta packets. Do they sell them at the store?
Oh my gosh.
Parmesan wheel. I feel like Emerald is a fart cloud of a deck because it looks like it's doing nothing, and then 2 seconds later you're dead.
That's such a good description of that. Yeah, it's like there's nothing. Okay, under the sea. Okay, great.
Yep.
And now the whole board's wiped.
No, see to the bottom. We need that next turn.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
It's sad to see, but Andy is very happy about that one.
Yeah. Andy's got to be very look at the look on Andy's face. Feeling very good about it. Kendall, on the other hand,
Kendall playing the piano.
Yeah, Kendall, of course, playing musical tunes there on that Southside Gaming mat.
Okay, we're gonna get in there, get rid of that Robin Hood, so no shift line potential there. But this Sonic Warrior is just a big card. 3/8.
All right, so we're playing the Muse. Muse is a good card that allows us to set up some very powerful turns. Starts to reclaim the tempo back. Muse is such a good card for that. As you're building up towards the next stage of this kind of gameplay where you're putting more characters down, you're singing songs, you're sending characters back, you're putting them kind of in a back footing. However, that Pete comes down, so that's going to help slow down Kendall's gameplay for sure.
Oh yeah, Pete's huge here.
Yep, and oh boy, that Daisy just keeps on hitting all the classics there.
We're at 14 here. That Pete is very important. And it's going to get real close here for Kendall. I mean, without being able to sing songs, I'm curious how he's going to be able to answer some of these characters here.
Yeah, I mean, at the current moment, not able to play songs.
We don't have anything rush in this deck.
Correct. And since Kendall can't play songs, that means Muses can't send things back.
Yep.
So the Muses is going to have to run into the Cinderella in order to get that off the board, just to let Andy get to 19.
Woodchuck says, "Can you all breathe less annoying?" I'm trying to focus. Oh man, these cheese jokes. These cheesy
This
jokes.
is not the final straight snake. This is the top 4 matchup.
Yep, top 4. We got one more after this. Yeah,
That'll put that's the Sonic Warrior has 2 Lord Pips. That'll put Andy to 19.
Very close.
Yeah, super close.
But if he chains a Pete here, if he finds another Pete, oh, top card. What is it? What was it?
Show me what you've got.
What was it?
Oh my God, Katie! What are you doing to me
I'm just not reading chat anymore.
I can't. They're popping me right now. This is crazy.
I had enough.
She can barely camembert it.
I don't ever heard of that kind of cheese. That's some fancy
I'll
stuff.
make you eat that on stream too if you're not careful.
That's some I like cheese. The only cheese I don't like is goat cheese, or rather blue cheese.
Oh, I love blue cheese.
I don't like anything rotten. No, thank you.
Well, then I thought you'd like pickled stuff because that stuff stays fresh for
I hate pickled
for a metric lifetime.
I don't want anything pickled ever again.
All right, and we see the Bruno. Bruno finally able to be played. We're no longer under the reign of Pete, choosing that Sonic Warrior aerial
to
get
tap.
sent to him.
But question is, he bounced. He's not going to be able to answer this Lawrence.
No, he's not.
He can't even bounce. He lost muses too. He can't even bounce.
Correct. Yeah, there's no bouncing.
Oh,
revealing the hand.
GG.
Yep. Wow, everybody. Kendall has fallen. That is crazy.
That is the downfall of the Kendall Burdett. Great performance by Kendall. But yeah, that Pete,